and welcome back to Let's Play Look Outside. As you probably noticed when clicking on this video, this is going to be a bit of a long one because we've kind of hit all the major new side quest additions that I really feel have enough content to them to warrant a singular video. So instead, this is going to be a pretty long, pretty disjointed video where I just go around mopping up all the miscellaneous changes and new things that I haven't really had a chance to show off. I can't imagine too many segments in this video are going to be any longer than a few minutes, and yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. I'll do some cooking, and if I happen to get any new door events along the way, I will be sure to show them off. But otherwise, we're going to make our way down to the parking garage. And hey, Wrigley Fred, still helping me along the way. Dumped a bunch of random spices into my TV dinner. I'm sure that'll help it out. You know, I'm pretty good at doing a cut, saying that I'm going to do something, and then I realize, oh wait, there's another thing I want to show off here. A while back, I bought these things of gasoline, these gallons of gasoline. We can combine gasoline with cloth now to create fire bombs. Very, very good combat item, as we demonstrated before. 100 fire damage to all enemies, basically super juiced up. Molotov cocktails, so very good thing to use. I'd recommend using your gasoline mostly to make these. Explosives are fine, but I kind of find myself gravitating more towards fire bombs just due to the value of DOT and the relative ease we can acquire the ingredients for these. Cloth is a much more frequently found item in the new updates. Also discovered a new recipe here, vinegar and Medicel, which allows me to create disinfectant. So, another means of creating various medical supplies. While I'm here, anything I can combine disinfectant with? Yeah, we can create some first aid kits. Always a good idea to have plenty of those. And here we are in the parking garage, making our way to the area where the vehicles are actually awaiting us. Now, I'm not actually going to bother to fight everything here. One thing that is worth commenting on, and don't worry, we'll be able to wrap around to our apartment by going to the elevator, of course. One thing that is worth commenting on is that most of the enemies in the parking garage have had their health beefed up considerably. The evil car over here, as a matter of fact, has way more HP. Like 3 times the amount of HP it had in when I previously fought it, so it's a much more serious opponent this time around, so be mindful of that. Oh, you know, I actually have not gone into the overgrown apartment, so I don't have the key to open up that trunk there. There's that guy. There are 2 very specific enemies that I actually want to bother with fighting. Let's take this first aid kit here. Let's take the small key just to sell, because I already have the lockpicks. Now, one thing I do want to comment on that isn't, or at the very least, doesn't currently seem to be anything. This little room right here was not in previous versions of the game. At present, there doesn't seem to be anything to do here. I didn't see anything. I haven't heard anything. If you happen to know anything about this room right here that I don't, feel free to let me know. As it is currently, this room seems to be just for, shall we say, future-proofing for the game. Something that will probably have something relevant later. There are a few things that are just kind of half-implemented in this game, and we're gradually getting those removed. Now, there we go, finally got him. This guy actually has a pretty annoying move. He has a stun baton that he can use that will paralyze your party members. Something pretty annoying. Now, the reason I wanted to go over this guy in particular is because this is another enemy that Audrey can search to get another piece of equipment for herself. Now, this is something that I've mentioned a couple times at this point, but we're going to be getting a lot of Audrey equipment in this video, and many of them, well, actually all of them, only go in the body slot. Audrey cannot equip multiple pieces of equipment to different slots, which is actually really limiting to her, and pretty frustratingly so. It means you can't really mix and match different parts to improve her different skills. You can only take one general improvement to her. The chrome finish gives us a little bit of agility and some extra luck, but I don't really feel like it's better than the tank tracks. I really wish, like, the tank gun, like, that was a piece of headgear. That would give me ballistics, and I could still keep some agility boost, but unfortunately, not something that we're really afforded, which is pretty frustrating. A bit of a bad thing that Audrey has to contend with. It's a good thing I made those first aid kits. We're going to need quite a bit of healing here. Again, that's another enemy that has just taken a pretty huge HP boost, so not exactly the easiest thing in the world to deal with. Let me see, give this cola can to Audrey. I'm going to have to get more energy restoratives for my party. We're a little light on those at the moment. Anyways, next thing. Help me! What is happening? Where are my friends? Well, unfortunately, not really going to be able to help this guy, but I think this is as good a time as any. Actually, I want Sam to throw... where are they? My fire bombs. We've already seen these in action a little bit previously, but I think this is as good a time as any. We got multiple targets here. May as well chuck some fire bombs and just watch the carnage happen here. Already defeated the main SWAT truck body, and these guys, yeah, they are not very capable against the fire bombs. Nice. There is actually a bit of dialogue you can get from these guys if you sandbag a little bit and let them talk, but it's not super interesting, so we'll just get to work on these guys, take them out with little difficulty. And the next item that we get here, Audrey looks through the wreckage. She has found the Chobham armor. The Chobham armor? Well, whatever, however you say that. Apologies if I butchered that one. The Chobham armor is a pretty significant increase to your defense and your bullet defense, but a reduction to your agility. So, not something I don't really feel like the defense increase really matters that much. Audrey is already super resilient to damage, so she really doesn't need that much of a defense increase. I think the machine track is way more useful, or the tank track. Now I know what you're thinking, surely the Hell Ride drops some equipment for Audrey also. It does indeed, but we're gonna save that for a bit, because there's a more interesting boss I can take care of, and we need to return to the apartment anyway. This guy right here. The elevator is starting to move upwards. That didn't happen before. Yes, the elevator freak. He has, or elevator thing. He has gotten a pretty significant upgrade in the recent update. I'm going to actually have Ernest set up a Song of Defense. Oof. The electric shock there, also an option that he has for stunning you. It's actually pretty unfortunate that Sam is paralyzed there, because we need to see if we can get that cured. The elevator slows down its ascent. I don't like the sound of that, so let's use some items on Sam here. Let me see, what do we have? I think medication will work just fine. Gonna have Audrey go for another machine tackle here. I'm actually gonna have Ernest use a tonic on Sam, just to make sure that he doesn't take too much damage. The very particular reason why I want to make sure we're at pretty good health, and oh, that's unfortunate. The brake mechanism on class! The elevator's in free fall! Oh god. Everybody brace yourselves for impact. This is gonna hurt. Yes. The elevator thing fight has been reworked, so now the elevator will slowly ascend, and then when it reaches its apex, the elevator crashes, doing big damage and potentially stunning your entire party. Audrey managed to weather the storm. Everyone else, not so lucky. But we survived. We survived. I don't know if we can take another one of those, though, so why don't we try and get this guy finished off before that has a chance to happen. Go to Squeakums, you got him? Well, not quite, but we're still fine there. Yes, if you aren't prepared for that, that can be pretty devastating. I definitely I had a bit of a nasty surprise with this fight when I first redid it when I was practicing for these videos. Yeah, not something you want to be caught unaware by. If everybody is under 50% of their health and you aren't guarding, you can definitely see some nasty damage come out there. This guy in general has just been buffed up so much since the early updates. This was a complete filler battle originally, but this guy has just got some serious power to him now. Look at this, he's still hanging in there. Luckily, it looks like he only drops the elevator once. Unluckily, Audrey is out of stamina here, and she doesn't have much in the way of good attack power, so not really able to accomplish too much. With enough effort, though, we eventually finish him off, get a tonic and some batteries, and elevator has been reactivated for us. Alright, so that's what I want to show off on this particular evening. I should probably go home and rest now and get on to the next set of interesting things I can show off. Oh, hey, this is interesting. I thought this was just the Zarya and Monty encounter, but we've actually got a new boss who can randomly appear at your door. Sorry for Zarya and Monty, though. I thought they looked a little strange there. How fun. This worked quite nicely. I am Yam. They call me the Limb Thief. I believe my work speaks for itself. How do you like my most recent acquisitions? These two were still bickering as I pulled them apart. They really had something special. I'm glad I was able to bring them together like this. I'm here to increase my collection. Seems like you're short of a few limbs yourself. Did you misplace an arm somewhere? I know the feeling. Happens to the best of us. No, I don't have any to spare. Not the Robin Hood of dismemberment. Now, time to get to work. And yes, we are immediately thrust into a fight with this guy, and I did not reload Audrey's rifle. So yeah, unfortunately, Zarya and Monty, if you get this event, they're dead. You cannot recruit them. It's a very, very good thing I have a backup save where I did actually recruit them, because they actually have a pretty significant additional quest in this version of the game, so good thing I was prepared in that regard. Or at the very least, on my practice playthrough, I was lucky enough to get them. Ernest rifles through a sack of junk, searching for something. Finally makes a satisfied expression as he pulls out a rickety old baseball bat. You know, I told you I'd pay you back for your generosity someday, and that day is today. Look at this slugger. Ernest strokes the baseball bat lovingly, almost like it's a pet. Old Betsy got me through thick and thin out on the streets. She's yours now. Take good care of her. You received Ernest's metal bat. Hey, a unique weapon from Ernest. After you see enough cooking events with him, why, he gives you a unique weapon. And hey, it's pretty tough, so I will take that. Returning to the overgrown apartment, or rather visiting it for the first time, just in the interest of getting some supplies that are here, and there is actually a new item that you can find here. Potting soil. Well, hey, rich soil. I wonder if there's anything that we could use this on. As I'm cleaning up miscellaneous tasks here, I do actually want to check out the garbage worm real quick. There isn't anything too interesting to say about this guy, but you hear jingling. An oversized keyring is stuck on the monster's tooth. Now, this guy has also gotten new music and slightly touched up visuals for his entrance, though he's not anything too interesting. This fight is almost kind of scripted, really. Also, I got some cheese, so I may as well feed the colonel. But yeah, this fight is basically the same. Here you go, buddy. Your favorite. The same as it's been in previous versions of the game. It just now has its own battle music. It's kind of a semi-scripted battle because, you do have to wait for the janitor to be fully released from the worm before it dies. It'll just take infinite amounts of damage until that happens. But hey, no reason not to wail on it until that happens, right? So I'm just gonna do that, and then when the fight is won, we'll cut to the end of it. And there we go. Enemy defeated. I gotta say, I kind of like the song that it has, though. It reminds me of something from Super Mario RPG. Alright, on to the next interesting thing that happens. One thing I'd like to point out is that Jasper still gives you the telescope room key, even though this key does not actually do anything. I mean, beyond hinting to you that the telescope is an important item, but that's not really necessary. Hey, I was just going for some candies here, and I got the rare mint candy. What does this one do for us? Is it something that Audrey would appreciate? Let's see, a boost agility by 2? Yes, please. Alright, good get there. Anyways, I'm gonna grab Pompano real quick and then get on to the next point of interest. You can deputize my ass, buddy! Ernest is not a fan of Pompano. I just wanted you to be aware of that. Just wanted to show off that you can use Declogger and Clysox to also make gas bombs. Just running through my various ingredients here to see what interesting things I can create. Looks like, hey, Spine is watching me quietly while I work. Spine, you're making me feel oh! That's interesting, you can craft ice melt salt now. I don't know if that's really that helpful, but it is an option. Fascinating. Next up, I'm going to take care of the white mold area. One thing I want to note is that previously I kind of ignored the mushrooms in here, but there's actually a very good reason to grab these mushrooms that I'll show off in a bit. I'm just going to take care of the business here, because there's a couple things to show off. Also, I'm not going to bother with the recruitment quest here. I think we all know what happens if we just follow that one to its conclusion. Sorry, Felipe, I'm just going to leave you to it this time. Heading into the Spore Mother area, I do want to bring attention to the Spore Guardian here, because this guy is actually pretty important to defeat. He has something else that we want, and it's actually possible to miss out on what this guy has for you. He disappears like all the other fungi do if you kill him or rather, you don't kill him before you kill the Spore Mother. So just make sure you take care of this guy and suffer the poison that he deals to you. We should be able to take him out in just a couple rounds of combat. We've got such strong attacking options available to us at this point. I can't really see this guy hanging in here too long. Maybe just another rifle shot? There we go. But upon defeat of the Spore Guardian, Audrey will look through its corpse and find the fungus fibers. This is actually a piece of equipment I missed on my previous playthrough, because I just went straight for the Spore Mother. Porous plates of fungus increases stamina and resists crushing damage, but vulnerable to fire. I don't really care about that. I prefer just maxing out the damage that Audrey can do with machine tackle, but it's an interesting option that's there if you want to take it. I would also just like to comment on the Spore Mother real quick. She has had her health increased a little bit as of the most recent patches, but otherwise it's not that different of a fight. Sadly, no unique music or visual effects have been added here. Also, I did get tagged with a couple spores when getting into this fight, so unfortunately we have the alternative appearance of the Spore Mother. I was trying really hard to evade them also. I've seen some stuff out there. Wild stuff. Stuff you wouldn't believe. Cars on fire, screaming babies with no parents, little men made of blue cheese doing mind experiments on the elderly. And that was before all this nonsense started. Oh, Ernest, you just have a million stories. Anyways, returning to the apartment, I think it's time to do some crafting. Now, I picked up all the mushrooms in the basement area because these are now a crafting ingredient. If you mix them with vinegar, you can get pale fluid. Pale fluid, you can then turn around and craft that with other items. Hold on, let's actually back up right there. Just take a look at what pale fluid does for us. Odd-smelling, thick pale fluid. Heals 30% of HP and cures poison and paralysis. A decent healing item on its own, but you can also combine it with Clysox, and that will allow you to create reagent. Now, reagent, that can then be turned around, and yes, there's quite a lot that you can do with the crafting materials here. You can take the reagent, and you can combine it with a variety of things. If you combine it with a tonic, you will get healing spray. This is the renewable way to create healing spray. And Eugene will have more vinegar to sell every day, so you can just pick up more vinegar from him. Let me check out what the other item you can make with reagent is. Alternatively, you can take your reagents and mix them with declogger, and that is the new recipe to create acid flasks via declogger. It's quite a bit more involved than it was previously, and not my preferred way to get acid flasks anymore, but it is an option there. Let me just see if there's anything else. I picked up some Purocare. I combine that with vinegar. Have we done that yet? No, we have not. I sense Spine quietly watching you work. Spine creeping me out a little bit. And there is another option for creating acid flasks, if you were curious. Alright, I think that's all the crafting we need to do for now. While I was idling around my apartment, aka sleeping, Sophie showed up, so we have her now. Now that we have the potting soil, we can also add new soil to our plant. Not that it really has a visible effect when it's got the weird light on it, but, you know, it looks great now, so we'll water it and I'll talk to it. Let's move on to the next interesting thing. You know, something I've been putting off for a while now because it's a bit trickier to get through here, and it's been continually getting more and more tricky to get through this place as updates have rolled out for the game, is the Taxidermy dungeon. Honestly, I kind of wish the rewards for this place got buffed up a little bit because the equipment used to be great here, but it is not so great anymore. Anyways, I've been putting this place off because it is much tougher to get through here safely as of the most current versions of the game, but with all the gear that we have now, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Granted, you still gotta take these guys pretty seriously, as they do have some pretty serious health on them. At very least, this guy is not Needles from Fear and Hunger, so not quite as threatening as that guy can be, but still pretty dangerous here. But I'm going to get into the more interesting change to the Taxidermy dungeon in just a second. One thing I want to show off, though, that is this has actually just gotten changed as of the most recent update of the game while I was making these new videos. You can now search the medicine cabinet in the Taxidermy dungeon. Previously, you could not do that. It was just non-interactable completely. But now you can get items from it. Hooray! Alright, so once again we will be placing the voodoo head into the skin and leather door, and when we step into the taxidermy dungeon this go around, as you can hear, this place has actually got its own music, but that is not all. As you can see, the dungeon proper now has its own unique battle background, which is a pretty nice touch. This is a pretty grody looking place, if I must say so myself. It's not exactly a place I enjoy standing around in. And once again, the enemies here just get tougher and tougher with each update, it feels like. But I have more than enough firepower at my disposal to take them down in a single round of combat. Ooh, actually, that skill there, that Ernest got, double time, what does that do? Party's normal attacks hit twice for 5 turns. Hey, that's actually pretty good, depending on the party composition that you're running. I imagine this would be pretty great with Helen if you had her. Yeah, as I'm just working my way through these guys, I just gotta say, the music is wonderfully creepy in here now. Very good change made to this place. I like it a lot, honestly. Makes it feel more like a, you know, obviously it's a pretty small place, but it still makes it feel like more like a real dungeon. As I'm making my way through the final room here, I would just like to say I kind of wish the patchwork equipment would get buffed up in a future update. It's honestly kind of a pretty underwhelming reward at this stage of the game, because you're definitely not meant to come here early. The enemies are way too dangerous to come here the second this place opens up. But the equipment that you get from it now is still pretty much scaled for getting it at the first opportunity that you have. It is not good endgame equipment anymore, at least not universally. I mean, it still has its niche use with Papano with his bear hug skill, but it's not a really great thing anymore. It's also nice that once you enter the leather dimension, the music still carries with you. I definitely want to make sure everybody is topped off, because of course, we've got the taxidermy beast that is going to be attacking us very soon. What the heck? That energy drink did not heal Audrey the way it was supposed to. Let's try that again. Oh my goodness. Audrey is no-selling those energy drinks. That is a bug there. Not sure what's causing that problem, but luckily I've got other items. Alright, we will just go on with that. We just need a handful of machine tackles to deal with this guy as he accosts us as we try to leave. And, like so many other things, this guy has gotten his own music. And there's a little bit more for us to see with this fight, so don't just presume this is going to be a cakewalk like the previous instances of the fight were. Granted, when I covered this guy in the previous videos I made, he had already been buffed up pretty considerably, but there's yet more to be seen with the taxidermy monster. Granted, we are absolutely stomping his first phase. The monster appears to be made entirely from the strange metallic wiring wound together into this unnatural form. The wire is pulled taut. It seems to connect the monster to every other taxidermy sculpture in the room. Metal wire spills from the monster, spooling in clumps, curling around like a long, shiny worm. Also, needle stabs is, oof, this move, just absolutely. Look at how much damage that did to Lay there. And we've got some of the best equipment in the game at this point already. Fortunately, we are just totally curb stomping this guy right now. Sounds like the music had cut out, though. What's going on with that? Probably nothing. You know what? Let's get a song of defense up. Always a good idea to have good defense going into these tougher fights. The wires suddenly tighten, pulling the nearby taxidermy sculptures into the monster. Animated by the living wire, the sculptures move as one! And yes, we now have a new phase to the taxidermy monster. He pulls the creatures together to form this abomination, and Jesus, that is a horrifying face. Fortunately, we have fire bombs at our disposal, which will do a pretty good number on this guy. I'm actually going to use rifle multi-shot there, do another machine tackle on that central face there. I don't like the look of him. And Ernest, we can also have him throw a fire bomb. These fire bombs do great work on this guy. Look at that. We've already taken out the rhino head. I imagine this guy is going to see an HP buff for these heads in a future update, because they are surprisingly easy to take out currently. It's a very, very cool look for the fight, though. Oh, what the? Oh, no! Black hole coming. Oof. Brutal. That is a pretty significant number on Audrey there. Looks like he's sealed himself up, but that just means he's giving himself a good chin for us to land some powerful blows on. So let's go with jumping attack there. And once you slay all the heads, the Taxidermy beast is defeated. You get the suturing kit from defeating the Taxidermy monster now, and a new weapon, the Great Needle. Audrey looks through the corpse, and she has found the leather skin. Of course, what would a boss fight be without a new piece of gear for Audrey? You get the Rhinoceros hide, which gives her a pretty significant HP boost, as well as bleed resist. I kind of like having more agility than more HP at this point, particularly because I've gotten the training belt, but, well, it's actually kind of hard to tell how effective stacking it would be, because we can't actually see your maximum HP in this game. Regardless, like I said, the suturing kit is no longer located in this room. You instead get it from the boss directly. The Great Needle that we got from him, let's just take a look at that real quick. This is the strongest Pierce-type weapon in the game, I believe, and it gives you a pretty significant boost to your agility and your luck. Not as good as a combat knife, which Eugene was selling a combat knife, so I just got that from him. But still a pretty significant power upgrade. I could definitely see that being handy. Anyways, let's move on to something else. Also, I got a new cooking level, Self-Taught Cook. And that's what I get for making some chicken noodle soup. Good stuff, good stuff. I think it's time for us to round up things that are available for us in the basement. Obviously, first order of business is to take out the Hell Ride. And it's actually worth it for me to show off this guy, because a couple things have changed about him. Not so much the fight, but a lot of his graphics have actually been cleaned up, and I think that's a worthwhile detail to show off. We're actually going to make sure that that blind, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the eye drops here. Do I have eye drops? Pretty sure I have a couple. Yes, I got a couple. I want to make sure that that blind is taken care of before we get into the next phases of the fight. Because obviously I don't want to go into the next phase and not be able to hit all the parts of the Hell Ride. Fortunately, this first phase, still pretty simplistic like it has been in previous updates, but a lot of the art assets have been cleaned up for the Hell Ride. He's got new graphics for a lot of the different things here. Previously, a lot of his visual effects were just sketches, and geez, got a lot of damage onto Audrey there, or rather, a lot of bleed. I kind of want to get rid of that. Let's see, yeah, let's use this balm on her. I haven't really had much reason to ever use these status gears before. You get so few of them, and just so situational. Hell Ride opens wide and swallows you. You find yourselves inside the fleshy interior of the Hell Car. You hear moans of pain from all around you. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, new graphics for the Hell Ride fight. Pretty cool to see, but like the fight has been previously, it's really just a matter of throwing your best options at the things that are facing you here and quickly bursting through them. I'm actually going to have Audrey and Ernest throw some grenades here. Kind of cramped quarters to be tossing grenades, but I trust that they know what they're doing. See, that was a little preemptive call there. We can immediately just wail on the interior of the Hell Ride with the grenades, hopefully finishing off at least one of these guys, if not all of them. Perhaps an explosive would have helped out better there, or a firebomb, but I kind of want to hang on to those for other fights. Somehow you know where this car is taking all of you. This car is bound to hell. You need to get out. Now! Hey, Colonel Squeakum's got one of them. Alright, I'll have Sam throw off my last grenade there. Go for the aim shot from Lay, machine tackle from Audrey, as per usual. And let's have Ernest. I gave him the Great Needle, so he has access to Skewer now, which is a decently powerful attack. Ignores a portion of the enemy's defense, and especially if the enemy is weak to Pierce, it is pretty good damage. We should have the Hell Ride defeated with little issue here. And of course, there is one particular reason why I want to bother showing off the Hell Ride fight, so let's just finish this guy off, call it a battle, and get a whole bunch of tonics, which will actually come in handy in the near future. If Audrey looks through the wreckage of the Hell Ride, she gets the Demon Plating. Demon Plating is one of the more interesting pieces of body armor that Audrey can get access to. It is one of the only ones that actually boosts her physical attack, making it so that her attack skill does not great damage, but actually measurable damage. It boosts it more than you'd expect, just based on that increase there. And it also makes her resistant to fire. Not super interesting, but it's there. Again, I just kind of stick to the tank treads. It's the first one you get, but it's the most consistently useful, so it's just the one I always keep equipped. One thing I'd like to point out for the Panopticon room is that the visual effects for this room have changed slightly. As you can see, he's flicking randomly through the camera feeds, and that changes the lighting in the room a little bit. Just a neat little detail. I actually don't have the VHS tape yet. I haven't grabbed it from the convenience store because I just want to round up everything in the basement before I take care of that. But I will take care of this guy in my own time because otherwise the fight with him hasn't changed, and then we'll get on to the next point of interest. Oh, hey, he actually has some dialogue. Sorry if it quieted up for a little bit there, but stay back. You're not allowed here. Huh, more changes than I thought. Does this guy get a new sprite, actually? Looks different to me. Anybody who's watching this right now in the playlist, go back and check. The next major thing for us to check out is our old friend, Tickle. Oh, hey! Don't kill me. I'm Tickle, the friendly tick. I'm here to drink blood and make friends. My, you look both friendly and positively engorged with blood. I can't believe my luck. Oh, we're going to be the best of friends. Say, got any blood to spare? I can trade you stuff for it. I'm an awfully resourceful tick. So, what can I do for you? Well, I happen to have spare blood for you. Now, who I'm going to drain of blood real quick is not Audrey, Lay. Audrey I will be draining of blood in a second, but for right now I want to start with Lay. For the record, if you're curious what the exchange rate is for blood to points, it is 50 HP per 1 point. So, we should... okay, wait. I thought it was 1 point per 50 HP. Clearly, it's slightly more than that. I'm guessing... Oh, okay, it's 1 point per 40 HP. I was slightly off there. Wow, a real friendship point. Lucky you. You now have 6 friendship points, redeemable for all sorts of things. So, what can I do for you? I have spare blood. Now, another thing you can try, well actually, he won't take the blood from anybody who only has 1 HP. Tickle's not gonna kill anybody. Let me see, what items can I get from him? I actually want that crimson ring, so what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna spare Ernest's blood. And, let's see, 180... I think that should get us 4 points, which should be enough for the Crimson Ring. There's a very particular thing I want to show off. That was really good. That was worth 4 friendship points. There we go. Let's get that Crimson Ring real quick, because there's kind of a funny thing that got patched out regarding the Crimson Ring. So if you remember, the Crimson Ring lowers your stats, but gives you passive HP regen in place of it, and Ernest can't actually unequip Colonel Squeakum, so let's just equip the Crimson Ring real quick and walk around Tickle to generate some HP for Lay. It's gonna be a little bit, it's a pretty slow rate of regeneration, so let me just take care of this off screen. Alright, I got the HP there. Remember, you need at least 51 HP to give blood to Tickle. Hey, it's my blood bag buddy. Doing okay? Oh, what can I do for you? I got spare blood. Who's gonna give blood? Why, Lay. Okay, it'll take just a moment. Won't hurt a bit. Ugh, what is this? This doesn't taste right. Oh, you have my special ring on? Sorry, I can't drink from you. I can get sick from that. Yes, originally, you could regenerate blood by way of the Crimson Ring to just endlessly feed... Ooh, yeah, that causes some damage to you when you take it off. But yeah, you could use the Crimson Ring to endlessly generate HP to give to Tickle. That obviously is a little abusive, although I don't think it's that good just because of how slow it is. So that has been taken care of. If you have the Crimson Ring equipped, Tickle will refuse blood from you. Anyway, speaking of blood, Audrey has got quite a bit. She's got a bit of a tough exterior, but trust me, you'll be able to, yeah, it's like, you know, blood from a stone, blood from a vending machine. That was really good. And that is 21 friendship points. So that's enough to clean out Tickle's inventory. So why don't we do that while we're here? Just get everything that he has. Everything must go from Tickle. The blood helmet, the vampiric jacket, just everything. Just take it. Take it, take it, take it. I mean, yeah, we can just take a few of those blood clot bombs. And now, let's talk to Tickle. Sure, okay, let's talk. What's that thing that you're biting into, Tickle? This thing, it's part of the big furnace. Whatever it is, it's got something like blood pumping through it, though it tastes pretty bad. So, what can I do for you? Well, as it turns out, Tickle, I need you to stop biting that. I can't do that. That's my main supply. It tastes awful, but there's no other good source of blood nearby. Well, not exactly a great solution, but take my blood, Tickle. Whoa, you mean like you're offering to be my host? That's never happened to me before. Incredible! Wow! I love making friends. Sure, come on, Tickle. Wowza, you're so kind. Okay, I'll hop onto your back. That looks comfortable. I'll be like the cozy little backpack buddy. Oof, this feels weird. I can't believe it. I'm living the dream. My host is my best buddy. Are you feeling okay? I'm sure you'll get used to my weight in no time. You're a big, strong, juicy fella. I believe in you. Okay, so where are you going? Oh, the adventures we'll have. So yes, you no longer have to kill Tickle if you don't want to. Now, you do get some fringe consequences of grabbing Tickle. Your maximum HP and your maximum stamina are reduced by 20% whenever you have Tickle on you. But you get some unique Tickle-based skills. You can have him bite the enemy to drain their HP. You can have him cheer, which I'm not sure what that does because it doesn't say. You can transfuse blood. It transfers roughly half of your HP to another target with a 50% revive chance. Pretty interesting skill. Or you can blood jet. Tickle spits a jet of blood. Deal acid-based damage on remaining HP. Takes away some health. Some pretty interesting things right there. Let me just check this real quick. This is actually something I want to test, which is mostly why I gave up Audrey's HP. Okay, yeah, she does actually reduce the effect of elixirs by half. Whatever, I'm not that pressed about it. I was just curious to see if that was actually the case with that. Alright, so, we're carting Tickle around, but I don't know. I feel like the consequences, or the cons outweigh the pros with having Tickle around. Is there any way we could get rid of him? Not permanently, of course. Henri, my man, you know, what can I do for you? Well, you know, I noticed that you're pretty good at this. You know, Tickle, I mean, I can't carry him around everywhere. We're doing a lot of dangerous work here. You think you could help Tickle out a little bit? Oh, just one more? He's pretty big. Oh, you need a break from my yakking, huh? Sure, I can switch hosts for a bit. Hi, little guy. Hi there, I'm Tickle. You seem like a professional. Oh yeah, I can get one more. Goodbye for now, Tickle. Hang on, wait. Where's he going to... Ooh. That's a cozy host. I have a lot of drinking buddies with me too. Neat. Come back if you want my help again. You've been a very pleasant host. I hope I was a pleasant parasite. Alright, so yeah, Henri, you know, he's just walking along. He's fine. Look at him. He's got this. He is just a happy camper there. Oh boy, you are doing the Lord's work there, Henri. Thank you so much for your help. Well, with that taken care of, perhaps we should get on to the next order of business. And what the hell, why don't we get in one more fight with the Furnace before we finish off what we're doing. Now, one interesting thing I want to note about this, I forget if I mentioned this, but in the very earliest versions of the game, you did not get the choice to back out of this fight if you walked into it. But you do have the choice to back out now. Also, you've got new boss music for the boiler, which is, or the furnace rather, which, you know, I definitely appreciate that. Let's definitely get to work on throwing as many items as possible at this guy, particularly because we've taken so much damage there. I've got plenty of acid flasks to throw at him. I'm going to actually have Audrey use a tonic on Sam there. Took a nasty bit of damage on that opening strike. And let's see here. I will have Ernest throw an explosive at this guy. Or actually, I'll have him throw a gas bomb. Alright, use the acid flask there. Get that acid burning effect in there. Use the blood clot bomb, and that should, yes, get some horrible bleeding there. Gas bomb, if we're lucky, will stun this guy. Blinded him, which will also help out in its own way. And now we can just go into full assault on this guy. Oh, yep, here he comes. Oof. And unfortunately, I do not have any healing sprays here. Did not get the ones from David that I was hoping I would, because it would help out a ton with situations like this. Let's see here. I'm actually going to have Ernest. Let's have him Actually, let me back up here. Let's have Sam heal himself up just a little bit more. I'm going to use this stimulant right here. Go with the aim shots. Go with the machine tackles, of course. And I'm going to have Ernest try and get a Song of Defense. I'm actually not going to be too pressed if Ernest gets taken out here, because it's just not going to be that big a deal. We can do just fine without him. I just want to mitigate the damage that's coming out from this guy. Beautiful stuff coming out from the machine tackles there. Yep, there goes Ernest, but that's fine. And the furnace roars, blinding jet of steam, causing so much damage to Sam there. It's a rough thing. Now, obviously, we want to guard and just tank this upcoming bit of damage. Unfortunately, the song does not go very long. Here's the Great Flame. Nice sound effect on that. Yeesh! There goes Sam. Gory. We might be going for a bit of a... Hey, there we go, new music. Actually, you know what? Let me, can we use elixirs in battle? Yes, let's get Sam back in, and let's, have, oh, that was not who I meant to use that on. I thought you could revive characters with elixirs. That was my beat. I didn't realize that there was gonna be 2 music tracks. Heck yeah, that's cool. That's going pretty good. I'm liking this. I'm glad I opted to show this off. I wasn't thinking I would, honestly, but we've got so many new songs for this, and of course Audrey is just, look at her 1v1 the Furnace here. Of course he's getting ready for even more damage, and the damage is starting to tack onto Audrey too. It's definitely proving to be a bit problematic for her machine tackles, but we're still hanging in there. Looks like our, hey, there we go, we got the Furnace. Little rough, but I got him. Get our Furnace Edge there. Audrey is now level 17. I was hoping Audrey would grab something from the Furnace. Something that we can hopefully see in a future update. Well, that's the big thing I want to take care of the basement. Now I'm just going to be going around and seeing if there's anything else I missed. There's a couple of things that I want to show off. Or rather, one particular side quest I'm going to have to dive into a different save file to show off. But I think I might have covered everything interesting that's been changed that I can explore within this file. But there's still a couple things I might want to check out, so let me do the rounds. Hey, I'm getting more candies here, and I got a rare soda candy. We'll take a look at what that does in a second. And get the rare cherry candy. And, yeah, I can tell that the thing is getting emptied out there. Let's take a look at our rare candies there, see if there's anything good for Audrey. And yes, permanent HP boost. Very good. Permanent boost to ballistics. I'll give that to Lei, because I've just been having her use the rifle. How many rifle bullets do I have? Also, I was just thinking, I knew I was forgetting something, and I haven't gone over the Nestor and Rafta quest yet, so we'll definitely be doing that next. Man, I'm dumb. Although you wouldn't call yourself a model citizen, you'd never stolen anything before. That changed. You walk into people's homes and take things from their shelves. You take supplies, valuables, medicine from their cabinets. You even take valueless keepsakes. You look at yourself in the mirror and see a thief. What happened? Well, I have to survive. You have to survive. You need food and weapons and supplies. But did you really need Mr. Henderson's war medal to survive? Well, I mean, I don't know what I'll need sometimes, you know? In desperate times, sometimes you're forced to do drastic things. You never know what you'll need, and that can mean you taking things that even seem frivolous. Things that seem useless. Sentimental keepsakes. If that makes you a thief, so be it. You'll do what you need to survive. What is this? Why are you doing this? Stop it. You shake your head and snap back to reality. Strangely, you feel great. That is an event that I've been waiting for a while for one of those to pop up, and I've just been getting terrible luck with them while recording. But every once in a while, Sam will ruminate on the things that he's been doing throughout the game, and he can kind of spiral on those if you let him, although it doesn't have any negative impact on the game. One other potential event with that can pop up is he might think about what happened with Joelle's family, which I really would like it if that one showed up before I was done recording tonight, but, you know, I can't expect everything. By the way, one other thing that has been changed for Sophie is she has been, not really buffed, but given a little bit more utility. If you have under a certain amount of marbles, I believe it's less than 15, she'll find some during the night, meaning that you won't be permanently out of marbles once you use up all the ones that you've bought from Eugene. Before I get into the Nestor and Rafta quest, I'm just taking care of some miscellaneous things like getting the VHS tape, and unfortunately, there is still no way to get the VHS tape without sacrificing Cinnamon, so you gotta mutate your guinea pig. It was very sad, very sad. Also, my cooking level while I was doing random things has gone up. I'm now a food nerd. Go me. Really good at making chicken and rice. Hey, Sam? Thought you might want to see this. Thought you might want this. See ya! Sophie tosses shards of a shattered dish onto the table and attempts to skitter off. Her slingshot protrudes prominently from her back pocket. Hey, wait a sec. Sorry, gotta run. Thanks for the food, Sam! With a mischievous grin, she bolts off and hops onto the couch. You're not even mad. Alright, time for me to create a save for my game, and let's finally get to the Nestor and Rafta quest. Any more wisdom for me, Toilet Man? Oh, never order fish from a restaurant unless fish is their specialty. I learned that recently. Oof. Duh, say no more, say no more. Anyway, hey, Nestor. I got something for you. Look, I already killed the laundromat monster, but I got a love letter for you. I don't know what to think about that. Whatever's in there can't be human. Not anymore. Oh, come on, give her a chance. Are you sure it's safe? Absolutely. Whatever leads you wrong, Nestor. Okay, I'll go and talk to it. I mean, whatever is in there seems really, friendly. And there we go. Now, there are a number of variations to how this quest can go now, if you reach this stage. I'm only going to be showing off a couple of them, but there are a number of things, and some of the things I'm not going to be doing, I'll remark on them as they're happening, but I just got a couple of interesting things I want to see. We're mostly going to do this like we did it the previous time we did the Nestor and Rafta quest, but we're going to check out some of the new additions to this quest, if I can remember where Nestor and Rafta's, or the entry to Rafta's room is. I always get lost trying to find this place. I think if we go, actually, no way. I remember. If we go down from here and then go left, we should be able to find it, I believe. Okay, now, hold on. It always takes me a while to find this place. I can never remember what hallway it's in. Hey, Nestor, buddy, you looking good. I don't see anything in there. I don't understand. It's in my eye! Get it out! I'm pulling, but it's in there. I can feel it rooting around in my brain. What do I do? Oh boy. And we've seen this scene before, but it's nice to pretend like we haven't, isn't it? Anyways, we're just going to take a few quick swings on Nestor. For the record, I took the war rifle off of Lay because I was getting pretty low on ammo for it. My remaining ammo crates didn't really give me anything for it, and I've given her the Hell Sword just for the fun of it. Anyways, this fight goes like it does last time. Nestor doesn't become too interested in attacking us, but there is a key difference once the, oh no, the Great Needle is damaged, that's a shame. Not a big deal though. There's a bigger difference when the different parts flee. Now, you can attack the parts as they flee. Like this hand right here, but I'm just gonna run from it. I do not want to fight the worm hand, so we're just gonna let it go. But you can kill these parts as they are escaping. I was gonna check out what the worm hand did later anyway. But you can kill the parts as they are escaping. However, if you fail to do so, well, some interesting things can happen. Like, here goes Nestor's foot. If you remember, Nestor told us that his foot was making a friend in the bathroom. Now, this was something that didn't get followed up on, but in the newest versions of the game, hey! Marshall! Oh, Marshall! Marshall! Ah! What is happening? Oh boy, we better put this guy out of his misery real quick, so let's just do that, go with our normal attack here, go with the machine tackle, and you know what, spray and pray. I put the, I can't breathe! This feeling. But yeah, let's just quickly get to work on taking this guy out. Oof, that is unnerving. Oh boy, the confusion is coming through fast and heavy. But yeah, I put the SMG special on Ernest. Alright, And that does some pretty good damage there. We should have Marshall taken care of, no problem. Not exactly a great thing that happened to him, though. I feel kind of bad for the guy. Nothing to see here. So yes, you can now see Marshall. If you kill the foot before it reaches Marshall, obviously you can save him from his untimely fate. However, that means condemning Eugene to his. You can catch up with Nestor's head and kill it before it gets to Eugene. If you fail to do so, why don't we just make our way up to Eugene's shop? You can probably guess what happened to Eugene, but we'll go check it out for the sake of it anyway. Just make our way over to Eugene's shop. By the way, while we're walking this way, just keep in mind apartment 22, because something else has changed in the recent updates with that, and hopefully I'll get an opportunity to show it off, but, well, hello. We dropped his gun. Keep it. It's a gift. And thanks for making me a new man. Received the custom handgun. So, seems like I have a store to run. That's going to be fun. What can I do for you? Now, again, just to reiterate, if Nestor is running the shop, the items present in it never get restocked. Now, like I said, there are a variety of things that can happen with this quest. What would happen if we just let all the things leave and we just decide, you know what, we're gonna go home and play crosswords. Let's check that out real quick. A diminutive figure with a cap stands near the door. Something in his hand glints. Is it a knife? Well, this is a new event. I've never seen this before. Can you open up? I'm looking to trade for some ingredients. A cook, you say? Well, looks like a chef to me. Hey, I'm Hobbs. I'm a cook. I prepare meals, but I'm running out of ingredients. Help me out. In return, I'll teach you a thing or two about cooking. Do you have any to spare? Well, sure. We've got some food to spare. How do you feel about stew mix cartons? Actually got the food trader to show up. You've given one ingredient so far. And how about a frozen fish? And how about a tomato can? And, you know, I'm just feeling so generous today. Why not this raw beef? Don't ask where I got it. Okay, that should be enough. Oh, perfect. This'll come in handy. Alright, I'll give you some pointers for cooking as thanks. Listen up. Alright, hope that's going to be useful. Your cooking skill has improved. I'll drop by later in case you find more. Okay, cool little thing there to help out with your cooking skill. Make your meals that much more effective. Alright, so we let a day pass, and good golly molly, Marshall, what happened to you, bro? Oh, walking to the worms like it was the sea. Oh, goodness gracious, fella, what happened? What happened here? Let's try out our new double time skill. Let the wave of worms wash over you. The pain is exquisite. Oh boy, I think this guy's a little too enthusiastic about what happened to him. I guess it's nice that he's at least happy. But yes, if you just let the parts of Nestor run around and do their business, and then come back a day later, well, they're a slightly more threatening foe than what they were previously, so definitely something to be mindful of. Not anything we can't handle at this point, though. I weep for every minute of my life wasted before the worms claim me. Well, you're not going to have much of your life left, particularly when we've got these double hits coming out from the Hell Sword. I think we've got this pretty well on lock. Also, my needle is not damaged in this timeline. There we go. So yeah, slightly more threatening version of Marshall there, but if you defeat this version of Marshall, you get an elixir for your efforts. I think there's actually plenty to see in that toilet, Sam, but I can imagine why you'd want to block that out. That is not the extent of the Nestor pieces that we can face off against. Obviously, there's still Eugene Nestor to take care of, but there are other bits of Nestor to check out as well. If you remember from the time that we talked to Eugene Nestor, there was also, he mentioned, there was a hand that found a room with vents that he was able to stick or spread himself throughout the apartment with. Well, as it so happens, when you have freed the hand, a new room opens up on floor 1. This vent room, and we should probably take care of this guy before he causes any serious problems to the rest of the apartment. This guy does not have any special dialogue, so we can get right to work on just cutting right through him. If you wait for the first day, or if you get to this guy on the first day that he becomes available, you get a much easier version of the fight. but defeating the tougher variant of the Worm Hand gets you a better healing item, so I think it's worth it to go for it. Granted, Lei is really feeling the effects of having the Hell Sword equipped, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. We better spray and pray, though. Make sure that we do good damage to this guy. I was hoping for the double time to work out well for her, but unfortunately, she was pretty badly focused fired there. Alright, Audrey's machine tackled. Should take this guy out, indeed. Get 400 experience and yet another elixir. And yeah, that's another problem resolved there. Let's get Lei back into the fray. A little bit of rhyming on a dime there. And let's go check out what's going on with the actual body of Nestor, because that has also changed. Previously, it would just amble around in its you know, rather unimpressive state. But like the other forms, if you let a day pass without addressing it, oof, Nestor, you're going places here, buddy. I'm a little impressed. Nestor has become an enormous mound of worms. Doesn't seem to know you are here. We should probably put it with misery. I don't even know if it's miserable. It seems kind of content with itself, honestly. Regardless, I'm going to kill it. So, again, this guy does not have any dialogue. Unfortunately, there's still the bug with the submachine gun that I completely forgot about. That you cannot do spray and pray when it has 8 bullets left, even though it is an 8-bullet fire, or whatever. But yeah, the Nestor body, it looks intimidating, but it's really not that bad. At this stage of the game, you should have more than enough resources to deal with it. Granted, this could become something of a problem much sooner, but at the same time, also, this guy doesn't attack you unless you interact with him first, so it's not really that big of a deal. Incidentally, I've been using the Furnace Edge on Sam. It's a little bit better than a combat knife, though it doesn't have any skills still, which is pretty annoying. I hope that gets corrected in a patch as well. And yet another elixir. Nestor has become an enormous mound of worms? Seems to be dead. Alright, now obviously there is one last iteration of Nestor for us to take care of. One that we've already seen before, but there is something that is a little bit different about him. Ernest's bleeding has stopped. And I think that's worth checking out on its own as well. So that's what we're going to make our next stop. Of course, deal with Nestor Eugene, and Nestor will have been completely placated, taken care of, no longer an issue. Again, he's an inferior store owner, though he does give us a free gun, so, you know, I mean, he can't be all bad. Yeah, you're not going to be running the store for very long. And yes, I do indeed. Robbing me? Bad idea. Well, I think I'm actually going to do quite well here. You don't seem to be the most threatening guy in the world, Nestor. You seem to have a rather suboptimal grasp of how to engage in combat with Eugene. I mean, you just handed your gun off, so... Not that it was a particularly impressive piece of hardware. I mean, look at this submachine gun we got there. Jumping attack from Sam, and he's out. Get a hoodie and Eugene's key. Huh. That's not an item we got before. Well, we can use Eugene's key, and... Oh. There's a combat knife here. A lot of mannequins. It's kind of weird in here. What was Eugene getting up to in here? You know, mannequins are just such a creepy household fixture. I can't imagine what this guy would want. Hey, healing spray in the medicine cabinet there. It's got some good items, though. Now, this place is making me a little nervous. Last time I saw creepy mannequins in a horror game, Silent Hill 3, and I have a pretty impressive jump scare in that game, so... Yeah, I have reason to be on edge here. I don't like what I'm seeing. Eugene, what exactly were you doing in this apartment? Elephant statuettes? And moving on over here. Oh, hey, Eugene's room is a nice little lively place. Looks like there's something behind that bookshelf there. Yeah, let's just push this bookcase out of the way. And a secret room. Very nice. Let's see, plastic head. More mannequins. Creepy. But, hey, is that a sewing machine? Can we take that? Old pedal-powered sewing machine. Too heavy to take, I suppose. And various mannequin parts over here. And down here, hey, looks like a letter. An old yellowing letter sits on the table. The letter is dated to a few years ago. Hey Eugene, I saw the article in the paper about your food drive for the orphanage. It made me smile. Still organizing community charity events. That's my Eugene. I just wanted to say that even though things didn't work out, I still remember our time together fondly. You truly have the biggest heart I've ever known. I still think that school would have closed if you hadn't donated your life savings. I still have nightmares about the car fire and how you saved me at the last minute. It's been hard without you, Eugene, but I know that wherever you are now, I'm sure people around you are all the better for it. Sincerely, Rachel. P.S. I hope you're still practicing your sewing. I think you have a real talent. Oh, okay. He's just a sewing enthusiast, and the mannequins are for placing his work on. But yes, that letter is a very, very obvious and blatant guilt trip if you decide to rob Eugene. You feel a little less bad about it if Nestor killed him, but you still got Eugene killed. And, you know, he was just an upstanding member of the community, a good Samaritan all around. He did so much for so many people, and now he's dead. That's a little disappointing. To be honest, I don't know if I can live in a world without Eugene. Well, that's just something I'm going to have to think on by my lonesome. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to, I think this is just a separate, or a different door that I didn't unlock. Yeah, this is just back to the living room. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to dedicate, this is obviously just a throwaway file. I'm going to dedicate it to getting some door events, and there is one in particular I want to get, now that we have Sophie, because I'd really like to show off the complete sequence of events for a new thing that's been added in the new patch. If I don't get that, I'll just move over to the other save file where I have a side quest loaded up, and at least something I can show for that particular side quest I'm talking about. I wasn't having much luck getting the door event I was hoping to get, so I decided to just move over to my alternative file where Zarya and Monty joined me very, very early on. So this is very good because there is a side quest involving them, and it also involves passing a lot of time, so I may as well fish for events while I'm doing that. But let me show off just the other thing that's interesting about this file compared to the other one that I'm working on. Note that when I interact with Apartment 22, it's identified as where Harriet and Sophie live. That's because Harriet has visited me and let me know where her apartment is. Oh, who's there? Come in. And unlock the door. Hey! Oh, it's you. We can get into Harriet's apartment now. Do you have any news? Have you seen her? Well, no, not yet, sorry. I'm so scared for her. I don't know what to do. Suppose I might have to learn to live next to this monster now, huh? Are you sure Jean is safe to be around now? She still has a lot of teeth and claws. I have a daughter to protect. Well, at least she's back to her senses for now. Hopefully she can help me patch those walls. She's got a few arms to spare. Can I do anything for you? Nothing right now, thanks. Don't hesitate to ask if you ever need anything. Now you can enter Harriet and Sophie's apartment if you've met Harriet previously. In addition to just giving you more opportunities to get supplies and stuff, this is also an awkwardly cropped photo of Harriet and Sophie by the seashore. They are laughing. Sophie is holding an ice cream cone. She looks like she's about 5 or 6. You can barely make out the shoulder of a man, just off frame. Not gonna dive into that situation going on there. But if you happen to get Sophie, you no longer have to wait for Harriet to show up at the apartment again if you've seen her previously. You can now directly take Sophie to Harriet's apartment. I'll hopefully get that in this playthrough. Hey! So, 2 days after Zarya and Monty arrive at your apartment, this guy shows up. Zarya, can you explain what's going on here? Zarya, what's the deal with that guy? Ooh, Juicebox? I don't know. Where did he come from? I don't know. We invited him. Can you tell him to leave? No. Why don't you? Is he okay? Sure, he's cool. What's it to you? Never mind. Whatever. Okay. Let's talk to this guy. A strange creature stands in the corner of what was once your bedroom. It smells like a mix of ammonia and fennel? You've never seen this guy before, or anything like it. When did it get inside? You feel like you've lost control of your life. You don't know why, but you somehow know his name is Juicebox. He looks like a juice box. Something about his wide, frog-like eyes and sharp-toothed smile simply screams, Juicebox. Hi, Juicebox. He nods at you. Yo? Seems like a yo. He holds out a rubbery, inhuman hand in greeting. Suction cups tip each of the fingers, and a viscous green slime dribbles from them. Shake, I guess? You grab his weird, blubbery hand and shake it. Feels like the clump of rubber tubing. You hear it squeak in your grasp. It's the most unpleasant handshake you've ever had. The handshake left a sticky green residue on your hand. Burns a little bit, too. You notice that he's left a lot of greenish stains all over the floor. Well, Juicebox doesn't say a word. He just looks at you with those large, disturbing orbs. This is Juicebox. Previously an unimplemented character, he is now properly added to the game, and he has his own quest. It is purely a time progression-based quest. It will take 9 full days to get every single possible interaction with Juicebox. One of the days actually gives us a pretty interesting reward, so I'm going to have to be wasting a lot of time in order to complete the Juicebox side quest. Let's go. Day 2 of Juicebox. Let's see what he's got for us. Also, I see Zarya and Monty are just gradually adding their own little flair to the room. Juicebox is still here, still just looking at you. He never seems to blink. How you doing, Juicebox? Oh. He smiles. It's horrifying, but probably not on purpose. He must be doing alright. Hey, look, he at least winked there. See, he blinks periodically. Not exactly an exciting interaction, but I feel like we're getting an understanding for Juicebox. Still no Sophie at my door, but hey, we can talk to Juicebox. Juicebox stands over a loose floorboard with a crowbar. He grunts as he clumsily pries a plank from the floor, exposing the subfloor beneath. There is no possible reason for Juicebox should be destroying your floors. Is there? Why are you destroying my home, Juicebox? Whatever his expression is trying to say, you can tell he's incredibly pleased with himself. Can you not do that? Juicebox immediately stops in his tracks and looks up at you with a menacing, hostile glare. It's as if he's saying, are you sure about that? Stop it right now, Juicebox. Juicebox stands up incredibly straight, puffs out his chest, and points the crowbar at you. His eyes narrow, his rubbery grip tightens around the bar. After a moment, he tosses the crowbar to the floor angrily. It clatters against the wood. He is clearly not happy. Thank you, Juicebox. He doesn't seem to care at all. He's seething. Now might be a good opportunity to get out of here before things get worse. Okay, we'll just leave him to it. Hey! This is another new door encounter while I'm playing crosswords. A pallid man in priest's raiment stands outside. He's clutching a book. What will you do? Well, hello, good sir. Hello, I'm a pastor. I've been checking up on my neighbors to see if everyone is alright. Do you need any help? Oh yeah, sure. I'm Father Andrew. Since it has become unsafe for my flock to come to me, I've been going door to door to help however I can. I do not recognize you, my child. Do you attend church? Not a Christian. If you don't mind me asking, what religion do you practice? I've worked as a chaplain at a hospital, so I'm trying to provide spiritual aid to other faiths as well. Oh, nice. I feel like Sam. He seems like the Buddhist type. It's a stressful time for everyone, friend. Is there anything you wanted to talk about? Something in particular you have on your mind? I'm here to listen. Well, actually, how are you doing, Father Andrew? It's a daily struggle, but I'm doing better than many of our neighbors. Thank you. I find strength in my faith, of course. I think being sympathetic and supportive of others help me keep it together. I must keep my head high and my demeanor calm, no matter the turbulence within. Well, I have some supplies here that might help you. I could also bless your home with a rite, if you wish. Oh? No, I could use a blessing. Of course, the blessing of one's home is an old tradition. I've been performing this particular rite more than usual in these past few days. Father Andrew makes an honest but somewhat clumsy attempt to bless your house according to your faith, mixing it up a little with things you've never heard about. Now, this is an interesting effect that Father Andrew has. He can actually reduce the chance that you will get mutated encounters with your neighbors when you answer the door. I'm not sure how much this affects you, but, it can't hurt to take it when he shows up if you're looking to get a specific party member and they haven't shown up, and you don't want them to be a monster. I hope this comforts you in these precarious times. Before I leave, is there anything you could offer in donation? I use donations to secure more supplies for those in need. Even $20 would be enough. Well, you know what? I'm feeling generous today. $40. Thank you so much. This will buy a lot of supplies. And there we go, Father Andrew. Pretty interesting character added to the game, I gotta say. Another day, another Juicebox. Juicebox stands next to the wall, near a hole in the drywall. He rifles around inside the hole with something. Can't tell what it is, but he's utterly fixated on his task. After a moment, he turns to you with a grin. You can clearly see that he's messing with the electrical wiring in your apartment. Whoa, those are live wires, Juicebox. What could that face possibly mean? Turns back to the wire and snips it. The lights momentarily flicker. What did he just do? Why does he look so pleased with himself? Oh, Juicebox. Juicebox. Hey! Sophie has shown up. Let's get her quest taken care of now. Harriet, I've got something for you. Sophie! And then, if we talk to Harriet... Oh my god, Sophie, I'm so happy to see you. I've been so worried. Honey! Mom! I'm back! Thank you so much for protecting her. I can't believe it. Thank you. Here, please. It's not much, but please take this. I want you to have it. You receive an elixir, 2 first aid kits, and 4 tonics. Listen, if you ever need any help, anything, come to us. You and your friends will always be welcome here. Can I do anything for you? Oh, nah, but tell me about astronomers. Beryl's an astronomer who lives here. I think she mentioned being in some kind of astronomy club. Didn't one of their friends die a while back? We played bridge together with some friends at the local library. She looked so sullen that one time. Her head wasn't in the game at all. I didn't want to pry too much. I hope they're safe. That's an interesting little thing. We try and reach the ground floor, which we've already done. Ah, the ground floor, yes. I couldn't open that stairwell. Seems they activated some kind of lockdown. Suppose that must help keep the monsters contained, but we're stuck here. I heard the locks use these weird discs that have planets on them. It's very convoluted. I don't get it. Can I do anything for you? Nah, not right now. Don't hesitate to ask if you ever need anything. And if we talk to Sophie while she's in the apartment, hi Sam, what's up? See anything cool lately? You can still add Sophie to the party if you talk to her in Harriet's apartment. Previously, if you returned Sophie to Harriet, whether Harriet was herself or a monster, Sophie would be gone from the game permanently. But now you can still have her as a party member while reuniting her with her mom. Isn't that sweet? Funnily enough, it was still a thing that you could permanently kick her out of your apartment, and that caused all kinds of buggy interactions in the previous updates. That has since been corrected. Well, with that little heartwarming side event taken care of, let's get back to Juicebox. Juicebox chuckles to himself at your approach, like he just thought of something funny, or you have something on your face. He pokes you on the nose. Boop! The suction cup-like fingertip clamps onto your nose, then releases, leaves a sticky green residue. Whatever this thing is, it seems to like you. Well, that's nice to see. We'll have to see if we can get even closer with Juicebox tomorrow. Alright, Juicebox, what do you got for me today? Juicebox seems forlorn. He looks bashfully at his feet as you approach. Hey, Juicebox, can I help? He looks up and his expression changes quickly. He seems to have been cheered up suddenly, or maybe he just doesn't want you to see him like this. Whoa, okay, come on, Juicebox. Is there anything I can do? He reaches for a hug. Okay. He is cold and slimy. Feels like hugging a giant rubber slug. Looks like he needed that. Well, we helped out, Juicebox. Let's see if what he's got for us tomorrow. Juicebox, Juicebox, Juicebox. You're looking extra juicy today. Juicebox seems like he has something to show you. Yes? What is it? He rifles around excitedly in his pockets for something. It's a deck of cards. Shuffling the cards with his weird fingers proves to be a challenge for him. The strange man holds out a handful of cards. You can tell he wants you to pick one. I'm feeling when in doubt, go left. You draw the 4 of spades. He fans out the cards once more. He guesses that you need to put the card back in. Once again, he laboriously shuffles the cards. Green finger goop mars them. He stops shuffling and then draws the card at the top. His toothy grin seems almost maniacal. It's the Queen of Hearts. That's not it, Juicebox. Is he feigning shock? Clearly this is part of the trick. He shrugs. Oh, come on. Is this all part of the act? Whatever this thing is, it seems to like you. Well, it looks like he pulled a little magic trick on us, but where could the card be? Also, the shadow is just going to be waiting outside our apartment for the next few days. Anyway, hey, what the? well. If we check out the vending machine, it sells snacks at 75 cents each, only takes coins. There's green stains on the glass. Oh. There's also a playing card stuck in the cheese stick slot inside the machine. How'd that get there? Well, I guess we're going to have to just put in our dollar coin and get the cheese sticks there. Playing card falls alongside the box of cheese sticks. It's the 4 of spades! That's the only one left in the machine. Or, sorry, that was just letting us know about the cheese sticks. We got our quarterback, but we got a reward from Juicebox. So let's see, that's an accessory, the 4 of spades. Was this your card? Increases attack, ballistics, agility, and luck. Pretty solid accessory, although it takes way, way, way too long to get it to really be useful. But, you know, it's a cool little thing to get for hanging out with Juicebox. Why don't we just say, well, we're really impressed by his trick. Juicebox bows with a flourish. He seems very pleased with himself over the trick. He gestures for you to keep the card. It's a gift. Thank you, Juicebox. Alright, what have you got for us today, Juicebox? There's something different about Juicebox today, yet something oddly familiar too. You're not quite sure what it is. You think the look he's giving is meant to be coy. Either way, you figured it out. He's wearing your old shirt. And your old pants. They're backwards. Green goop trickles down the fabric of your clothing. You're not sure detergent can get it out. Why are you wearing my clothes, Juicebox? Juicebox's expression tells you absolutely nothing. You can gauge no reasonable human emotion from his face. What you're absolutely sure of is that he will not remove the clothes. Just another aspect of your life you can write off forever. Things are getting out of hand here. Juicebox. It's been so many days. I feel like we've got, you know, a serious rapport going now. Juicebox is sitting in your computer chair. There's a green stain on the seat. He's fiddling around with something. Upon closer inspection, he's loading bullets into a magazine. Actually, those might not be bullets. They might be rocks. Juicebox, what's with the gun? Juicebox's expression indicates both self-satisfaction and a little hostility, as if to say, try me. Do you dare try him? Juicebox, can you please not do that in my house? Juicebox looks thoroughly unhinged as he lifts the gun into the air and fires off a shot. Bang! Juicebox stands triumphantly as plaster falls from the ceiling. He is ebullient and stops just short of pounding his chest in pride. It don't matter. None of this matters. A bizarre, rubbery lunatic now lives in your room and fires off guns at the ceiling. The world is on fire. You have no idea what is going on outside, but your apartment is filled with monsters. It's fine. All of it is fine. You don't care anymore. You fully resigned yourself to living in the rubble of your former life. And that is the end of Juicebox's side quest. Not exactly the most uplifting moment of Sam's life, but it is the end of his necessary interactions with Juicebox. And I think that that might be a good place to end the video, because this recording has been going for 3 hours, so I think that's where I'm going to call it a update here, and this will represent a point where we just take a break from the Let's Play and wait for the next major content update to drop. That will be coming, hopefully around or on Halloween, possibly a little bit later. We'll just have to see. The future is wide open for Look Outside. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you when new content rolls around. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.